Thank God it's Friday and welcome to another interesting session. Today we conclude the topic we started during the week on the misconception of business capital. So, in the course of the week, we have taken assurance capital, we've looked at social capital, moral capital, and finally intellectual capital. So, today we'll be concluding on this subject or topic by looking at what I call financial capital. Now, because we are running up this today, I want, excuse me, I want us to understand why I called it, misconception of business capital. Now, when people say they don't have money for business, or people say they are lacking money for business, either to expand their business or to grow their business, they're actually talking about cash, which is the financial capital. But the essence of this session is to let you know that there are factors that determine outcome, and these factors are what I want to share with you when it comes to business capital. Now, you see, assurance capital gives you what we call credibility. Credibility. Now, some people might be credible but not have credibility. Credible means you actually have what you're doing that you generate money. But credibility means that you have a documentation of your activities that can be used as an evidence to show. It's just like somebody wants to travel and the embassy is saying, bring your account statement. Some people will go and borrow money to put. That's not the essence. The essence is to check your cash flow in and out, over a period of time. Now, there are some people who actually have money and do business, but they don't have documentation. As a result, they cannot be qualified for certain benefits like grant loans or even investments because you can't show workings. All right, that is for assurance capital. So you need to put your assurance capital in perspective. Then you now go to social capital, which has to do with credible relationship. Because if you don't have who to give you, who can trust you enough to give you, or who can stand for you to be given, it's a lot of problem. So you need to build your circle of communication, the people you're relating with, so that, like I used to say, who will be a referee to you? Who will not be your guarantor? Who will be a surety? Who will be your witness if actually you don't, put in perspective your social capital, which is where you have your credible relationship. We'll go over to moral capital. Now, moral capital talks about character, the extent or the essence of your being in terms of your integrity, your honesty, your kindness, your empathy, and the rest of other things that has to do with human relations and communication. Being trustworthy, so to say, because it's also money on its own. Like I told you, people that go to take goods from people, when they finish selling, they don't return the money. They rather use it to go and buy another one and tell the person the goods are still there. A lot of people have done it. So you lack integrity, you are not an honest person, as the case may be. So that on its own is also money. So you need to put it in perspective. Then you now talk about intellectual capital. A lot of people are saying it is money is money. Ask them the business. They can't tell, they cannot articulate what they started with, where they are now, where they are heading to. As a result, there is no concept, there is no document, because anything that is not written down cannot be measured. If it can't be measured, it can't be improved upon. If it can't be improved upon, that means it can be modified. All right. So since in the intellectual property, they don't have a concept. Concept is the level at which you can sell a business because anybody who sees the document can run with it. So some people think because they have an idea or because they have an intent that enough on its own should be able to make them rich. That's an illusion. But what I want to say today is that you need to put these four. If you look at it, assurance capital produces credibility, it's intangible. Social capital produces credible relationship, it's intangible. Moral capital produces character, it's intangible. Intellectual capital and produces concepts, which are also intangible. The only thing that is tangible is cash. Now, I want to put it to you in very specific terms that if you have money in your hands and this money is not built by your moral capital, your social capital, your intellectual capital, your assurance capital, that means you stole the money, as a matter of fact, because it is this four that produces money that is in your hands. So if you're looking for money today, I'll say don't look for money. Poor people chase cash. Rich people chase knowledge, or they look for knowledge. From knowledge, they create ideas, which translates to value and solution, and money comes to them. So stop chasing money and don't ever meet someone again In your life, like we used to say, never again in your life should you meet somebody. You begin to share your problem. I would have done well in this business if I had money. You will expel the person from you. You're supposed to share your vision, share aspiration, share solution. Without telling the person will be interested in buying into your business. That is where equity comes from. So when you now talk about money, you're actually talking about equity. Those that will be willing to invest in the business or be part of your business. You are talking about loans, financial institutions that can give you loan. That is, if people will be your surety, guarantor, or witness, as the case is. And you're talking about grants where government, NGOs, or individuals, give out money to support certain specific competitive projects. Do you have a competitive project? Is that not where concept comes from? Is your business idea sellable enough that somebody can want to even give you money to support you to go and excel in it? So that's where I'm going to end it today, as a matter of fact. So don't look for equity, don't look for loans, don't look for grants. These are financial capital. Look for assurance to, height up your credibility. Look for social capital to build your credible relationship. Look for moral capital to make your character stand out, and look for intellectual capital to what? To have credible, concepts to sell. And finally, all these will blend together to bring you the physical cash that you need to run your business. That's where we're going to end it now. Till we meet again later today for another interesting session. Bye for now. Do have a lovely day. Thank God it's Friday.